All right, hey godlings. Okay, so check this out. I was watching this cool nature show. They were talking about manatees. I think maybe in Florida. I can't remember where they were, right? But they were talking about the manatees. And have you ever seen a manatee? They're kind of funky looking. I think the mythology goes that like sailors were mistaking manatees for mermaids. I, but I guess, man, you're drunken sailor out on the boat for a few months, man. Starts looking pretty good. Okay, I'm getting off topic here. But what they're talking about, the ecosystem that the manatees live in, yada, yada, yada. And I get it. But they said the biggest problem facing the manatee is food. They're starving. They're starving. The manatees are starving. I have perfect idea, okay? Manatees are starving. They need food. Feed the homeless to the manatees, okay? Now, I'm not going to say just round up the homeless. We don't just round up the homeless and throw them to the manatees. That's reckless. It's rude, okay? So what we're going to do is first we have to start with a all volunteer basis, right? Put up big signs it's for the manatees. You're going to donate your life as food for the manatees, and that does humanity a service. It saves the manatees. It's good for the environment. Mm-hmm. But it has to be all volunteer basis. Remember, at first. Now, if we get enough people, we get the numbers. Good. If we don't get the numbers, we're probably gonna have to get a little heavy-handed, and start kind of holding lotteries or something. But I'm gonna get a Nobel Peace Prize for this, right? But then we gotta figure out we got to figure out spreadsheets and all this stuff, because we got to figure out how many manatees can a homeless guy feed? I brings his own food first. Maybe the manatee will eat that food, and then he can have the homeless person. So that's double. You got to think about this stuff. You got to factor all that shit in, man. Because per poundage, you got to make it last. Okay, especially for the manatees. I think manatees probably eat a lot. I don't know. But, there might be a lot of manatees. I don't know how many there are left, Who knows? But first we'll start on a volunteer basis. Get the numbers, good. And if we don't, well, we're just going to have to go about it differently. But anyway, I'm still working on this idea, but it's Nobel Peace Prize, man. And we everybody's talking about reducing carbon emissions. Bingo! Psh! All right, so we're on the case about this save the manatees.